Boquillas Canyon Trail, 1.4 miles round trip, 102 feet elevation gained. Yeah. You know, with my track record on canyons, I'm not so sure, but we're going to give her a whirl and see what. An ominous. Are you prepared for this hike? I don't know, we'll find out. Okay, here we go. Just come from the parking lot down there, next to my big brother Bronco. Yeah, these are kind of like steps, so I guess that's doable. No race, no rush. Just take my time, and here we go. We go up and then back down on the other side to get to the canyon, from what I understand. I guess the proof's in the pudding. We'll find out. Ooh. Oops, yeah. It's a good thing I brought my sticks. I started not to, but just to give me a little bit of steadying here. And don't worry about me breathing hard, as long as I'm breathing. When you hear me stop, that's trouble. Not a big fan of steps, but in this case, I think it would have been too steep otherwise. For those of you just tuning in, this is the third canyon that I've tried to hike, and so far I'm 0 for 2. So I'm determined to do this one. This may be the top of the elevation gate. So we'll see. I'm going to turn this off now so I can catch my breath, take a break. This Rio Grande there. Makes a little turn here. I would go down to the edge to give you a better view, but yeah, Gail would not like that. So, and really, neither would I. And the canyon goes back up in there. So, we'll see what we see. Anyway, this was a nice little view from here. I've been thinking about starting another YouTube channel called Wandering Geezer or something like that. I don't know. I have all these other channels of young people doing exciting things, and those old farts sitting at home watching YouTube videos about it. So I figured if I could show people that even old, out of shape guys like me can do this kind of stuff, they can too. Let me know what you think. I think the key is taking your time, taking it slow. There's a lot of loose rocks here, so I have to, that's why I'm not holding the camera, and maybe a little jostly. And I'm using both hands on both sticks. Make sure I don't fall down. So I apologize if it's a little shaky. Let's see where we can fix that or mitigate it somehow once I get back home and start working on it in post. This is very, very rocky here. However, I think I am pretty close to the bottom. At least it looks that way. So, right about now I'm thinking I should have worn my knee braces. Didn't think about that. But, little learn. Here's another trailside marketplace. Some walking sticks. Yeah, I imagine they do a brisk trade in that for people who didn't bring any. Oh, yeah, that was almost a turned ankle. Yeah, this is the worst spot. Okay. Whew. Show you where I came from. And now we're gonna go down this way. We're definitely past the steep grade and the rocky surface. This is kind of a wash. Probably overflow for the river. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is where the Rio Grande turns and splits this canyon, and both sides are in the United States. I could be wrong about that. I'll have to do more research. I've done so much looking up these different trails, and I forget which one is which sometimes. But I did spend a lot of money in Boquillas, Del Carmen. Those people are really dependent on the tourist trade for their trinkets and so forth. A little shade here. Nice break from the hot sun. You know, it's 40 degrees when I got up this morning up in the mountains, and I bet it's every bit of 80 something now, and no wind, so that makes it kind of tough. And I believe this is the canyon. Yes, it is. I'm going to turn this around so you can see. Okay. I think I can call this the end, at least it is for me. There's some kind of a trail over there. I hear voices. I don't see people. And you have to scramble over some rocks to get there. And then once you're there, you still can't see the canyon. You almost need to be on that side to see into the canyon. And I'm not swimming across the river. So there's some interesting geological formations, a lot of looking like caves and so forth. One thing I noticed over here was that strata kind of comes down at an angle, and you can see where big chunks of it have fallen off the bottom. I hope nobody was underneath it when it did, but it could have been millions of years ago, who knows. But well worth the trip. I'm going to call this a successful canyon trip, at least for me. I didn't have to quit, I just don't scramble. So, yeah, time to head back. One of the things for this particular trail is that it's not really marked. So you got one that goes over there, one that's over there, this one over here. So I'm not really sure. I saw a couple coming down this way, so I'm assuming it's probably the trail. This is very sandy and kind of deep, so hard to maintain traction. And there's the rocks that I was talking about that you have to scramble over. So, some interesting tracks here. I don't know if you can see those in the video. Yeah, I think this is the Rob terminus. Okay. Well, I can see the switchbacks going up the little, I hesitate to call it a mountain. It's really a hill, I guess, but couple 100 foot. But still, it's plenty for old Rob here. Yeah, so I'm almost there. This is the, it's going to be the part that's going to kill my legs. I gotta tell you, that living in Florida, I've gotten used to everything being flat. And when we went to Scotland in 2019, I told everybody, I said, everything's uphill. Everywhere you go, you have to go uphill. And it's kind of like that here. I mean, there is some downhill, but it's the uphill part that wears you out. And then when you're going back down the hill, you got to worry about losing your balance, something like that. So I got my sticks with me. Don't need them here on this flat spot. Got some good pictures, I hope. So anyway, we're going to put this away now and check in when I get back to the car. See ya. At the top of the hill. And now I just got to go back down the other side. So I'm taking a little break. I can see my car from here, so it's not that far. It's just a downhill grade. Especially as tired as I am, it can be a little dangerous. So I'm going to take my time. I've met a few people along the way that I saw at other places, and they've been encouraging me as I go along, so that was nice. That's it. I'll see you back at the car. Hey! I made it without dying. That's the #1 rule. It was fun, but it was definitely tiring. So, we'll see you later.